Hails, minions and mortals, this is Fang from Lords of the Trident. We're all aware of the stereotype of the poor, starving artist. And unfortunately, that stereotype is somewhat steeped in reality. I mean, those expensive instruments you bought were not purchased for free. That 1,000-watt amp that the neighbors always complain about was not grabbed from Walmart for a low, low price. And instead of going to school to be a lawyer or an investment banker, you spent your formative years learning how to play the riff from Stairway to Heaven without screwing it up. Hold on. Dang it. Dang it, hold on. So now it's time to press your new CD, the CD that's gonna launch you into stardom, the CD that you spent countless hours perfecting with the 16-page booklet and the fold-out poster and the hologram, which is unfortunately gonna cost like $4 to $5 grand. So how do you, a musician living in your parents' basement, come up with that money? Well, fine viewer, if you've been following this channel, then you'll know that last month I tackled setting up a Patreon account for your band, but a few of you are still a little wary. You don't think you'll be able to keep up with the extra work, you're not sure about it, you want to dip your toe into the crowdfunding lake before jumping in head first. So I've gotten a number of requests on how to run a successful one-time Kickstarter campaign. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you out there already know what a Kickstarter campaign is, but for those of you who've been living under a rock for the last 10 or so years, Kickstarter is a website that's designed to fund creative projects. Basically, you upload a video describing what you're gonna do, like make a CD or invent the next space heater that's not gonna burn down your house or something like that. You upload details about the project, you set pledge levels, and then you share it with your friends and fans. And your hope is that they'll be so excited by this project that they'll immediately throw their entire wallet at the screen. Oh my god, Lords of the Trident is releasing another sexy calendar? Yeah! God, now it looks like a strip club in here. And one of the best things about Kickstarter is that it's free. Well, mostly. Kickstarter takes about 5% of your total pledged amount, and then Amazon payments or PayPal takes another 3 to 5%. So, worst case scenario, you're losing about 10% of your total pledges. But you wouldn't have any of that money without Kickstarter being a thing, so it's a little of an easier pill to swallow. But hey, Fang, I read on an online blog that Kickstarter was akin to like begging, man. And hey, I'm an artist, I'm not a beggar. I'm not begging my fans for any money, man. That's just the thing. They're not giving you money for nothing. Oh, that chick's for free! You set your pledge levels based on rewards. So when a person pledges to a particular level, they get a fabulous prize in return. For example, if a person were to pledge, say, 25 bucks, they'd get a signed copy of the CD and the t-shirt that you made by hand. Which, by the way, I showed you how to do at the beginning of this whole series, so go check that out. And then, of course, if they pledge $500, they get to eat strawberries off of your naked body. You know, stuff like that. So think of it less like a charity and more like a CD pre-order. So how do you run a successful Kickstarter campaign? Well, the first and most important step is to prepare. You have to set a goal and set prize levels that have an actual basis in reality. How many people do you have on your mailing list? How many people like your page on Facebook? How about other social media? Is there any other email lists that you can use? Take that entire amount, add it all together, and multiply it by 15%. Then multiply that number by $20, because $20 is about the average that people will pledge on any Kickstarter campaign. That number that you've got right there will give you an approximate number to shoot for your goal. And you'll definitely want to adjust that so that it has some sort of a basis in reality because, and I need you to hear this, your Kickstarter has to succeed. Why is it so important that your Kickstarter succeeds? Well, 2 reasons. First, if you don't hit your goal, you don't get any of the money. Your fans could have pledged $999 towards your $1,000 Kickstarter goal, and if you don't hit $1,000 by the time the Kickstarter expires, you don't get any of the money, $0. Second, unsuccessful campaigns on Kickstarter continue to exist on the site until the end of time. If your fans see that your last 12 Kickstarter campaigns were utter failures, nobody is going to want to donate to your 13th. As the Art of War states, never take your country to battle unless you already know the outcome. Okay, the next step before you launch is to create your pledge levels, and this is really where the brunt of the work from the planning phase comes into play. You're going to want to create good, interesting, rare, and sometimes hilarious or newsworthy pledge levels for your fans to pledge to. If you don't have any really good ideas of things to add on your pledge levels, here's a rundown of some things that you should consider for your campaign. Number 1, the thing you're selling. Number 2, the cheap digital version, so like MP3s. Number 3, the handmade, really cool, limited edition, numbered thing. Number 4, the access thing. So be on the album, be part of the show, party with the band, etc. Number 5, the silly thing. Number 6, the thing that reinforces who you are. So for instance, if you're very good at painting, maybe you could paint a portrait of a fan. Number 7, the crazy expensive thing just in case somebody out there really loves you and wants to create your hair to make a doll to worship. Number 8, the shirt. Number 9, the other shirt. Oh, the other shirt. Number 10, the VIP pass thing. And I'm sure with enough planning you can come up with a bunch more. Just remember to keep the prices accessible to your fans. Most people will pledge $15 to $20, so don't start your CD and shirt combos at $50, especially if you sell them for $25 at the merch booth. Now, you might be wondering what I meant by newsworthy and hilarious prizes, so I'll give you an example. A band I sing for out of LA called Raptor Command recently had a Kickstarter campaign where our top stretch goal was to send a satellite into space in order to beam the album back down to Earth so people could listen to it for free. And yeah, it was a real thing. We actually did price it out. So now, instead of the headline being Elon Musk Power Metal Tribute Band launches Kickstarter, the headline is, Elon Musk Power Metal Tribute Band plans to launch a satellite into space in order to play their new record. If you were a journalist, which one of those headlines would you write? On the other hand, in Lords of the Trident, we at one time had a stretch goal that frankly, I thought we were never gonna reach. And so, to be funny, I offered to do a sexy calendar for our top tier backers if we reach the goal, and yep. Now, some astute, long-time followers of Words of Fang may accuse me of stealing this talk, nay, this entire series, from the godfather of DIY, Martin Atkins. And, so what if I did? What's he gonna do? Come sue me? And yeah, this is how he talks. And so now he's gonna see this and he's gonna be super pissed. And I don't mean pissed in like the English sense, like where you're drunk. I mean, he's gonna be really angry at me. Because, yeah. Final step, the video. You don't need to make a crazy, expensive video with a bunch of editing and special effects. Just make it memorable. Unless you're going into detail about how the $500 backer will receive a robot that will kill all of its worst enemies, and then ironically turn on the owner itself, you don't need to make a 7-minute video. Keep it under 3. And if you're not sure exactly what to do, just look at a bunch of other Kickstarter campaigns that were successful, check out their videos, and try to copy what they did. One more quick tip. Since you absolutely, positively need to hit your goal, try setting your goal for a dollar amount that you know for a fact is reachable, even if it's less than what you need to complete the project. People can still pledge to the Kickstarter after it's hit its goal, but if you don't hit that goal, you don't get any of the money. 70% of what you need to make this new album is better than 0%. And remember, you can always add stretch goals after you hit your initial funding goal. In fact, it's a good idea to keep a few of your stretch goals hidden until you actually reach that funding goal. This will give new fans who haven't pledged yet something exciting to pledge towards, and it also creates new and newsworthy events for your campaign. Okay, you've finished your planning, you've got all your goals in place, the video is done, and you've launched your campaign. Now what? Well, now you've got to let people know about it. Make sure to share it on all social media, send it out to your email list, and ask your friends to share it too. And now you just start waiting for the cash to come rolling in. Or not. Remember, it all depends on what you are offering the people who are pledging to your campaign. And make sure to send a thank you to everybody who donates to your campaign. These people are investing in helping you succeed. Did you run a successful Kickstarter campaign with my help? Or maybe you just love seeing my big dumb face all over the internet? If so, jump on our Patreon today. Patreon.com/Lords of the Trident. Until next time, stay metal.